Hey everybody, it's Ace here. Ace's Takes. Welcome to my channel where we talk about the things we love to collect in our home. Today we are talking about luxury items from Hermès. I'm sipping on some delicious Cabernet from Sabina Vineyards, always a fave. We're going to be sharing a little bit of a experience of being in New York in the Madison Avenue store, as well as what led up to the purchase that I'm going to unbox today. So grab yourself something to drink and let's get into it. If you are somebody who just wants the particulars of the SLG, feel free to fast forward just a little bit. But we went to New York a couple weeks ago, rocking some Harry Potter and the Cursed Child merch. And there are 3 Hermès stores in New York. There's one in the financial district. There's one on Madison, and I think the other one's in Soho. Not 100% sure. But I was at a conference, and so I really wasn't available during the day. It just so happened to be that right before our flight out on Saturday, I was able to pop in to the Hermès store. So as we were leaving, we went through Central Park and happened on the Madison Avenue store at 9:57 a.m. and they open at 10. And so there was kind of a line forming. We were actually walking to Goyard and happened and saw it. And so when we walked inside, when the doors opened at 10, there were quite a few sales associates there. And I asked where the leather was, because you could see on the first level, there were twilly scarves and accessories, more of like their fashion jewelry. So the leather items were on the 4th floor. So we hustled up to the 4th floor because, you hear about the Paris stores about how if you get there right away, like I did for my beautiful baby over here, you have a better shot than being there in the afternoon. And so we walked upstairs and we looked at the items that they had on display. Lots of beautiful bags, things that you typically wouldn't see in, I think, our San Francisco store. They had Kelly bags with fringe or like feathers on them, which were stunning, and some different exotic versions, all sorts of bags on display. I actually saw my bag on display, same color and in a different color. We got to try on the Sacados sling bag that kind of in the men's collection. Absolutely fabulous, love it. Got to try on an Evelyn 16, looked at a Kelly to go that was in lizard, if you can see the picture there. That bag was amazing. And the gentleman that we spoke with, the sales associate, was very, very nice, very friendly. And, we talked about, he asked me, had I started my wish list yet? And I said, we're really new to the Hermès game. And he said, you should start a wish list and then you can kind of get towards what your goal is. And he said, you could buy a Kelly to go, or you could buy something like that. That's typically what a lot of people do while they're waiting. The Kelly to go that they had in store, the only one, was in an exotic, and it was $14,000. And exotic, it made me a little bit nervous because was it lizard? And because of that, they say that the scales do come off. And so that was something that was like, as gorgeous as it looks, because it was beautiful, it was not for me. And so we looked at all sorts of things for me. And then one of the things we looked at was small leather goods to possibly go as something for the Della Cavalleria Elan bag. Right now, what I'm using is a Goyard pouch. I'm something small because really all I carry is a credit card and my driver's license and possibly a few bills if I have it. I'm really not carrying very much things anymore with me. Everything's Apple Pay, right? So when he mentioned that there weren't anything in this color line that was out just yet. They didn't have anything available. But when he brought out the Kelly to go in exotic, I said, now you're talking our language. We love exotics in our house. And I mentioned the Lucchese boots that we have that have that exotic pattern. And so he said, then my husband asked, do you have anything that's in a men's line? And so he said, I'll be right back. And so he went off and we, sat down and we were just chilling for a bit. And then he came back and he said, I have one for you and I have one for him. And he brought out 2 card holders. One was in lizard and one was in an alligator. It was alligator. And the lizard was black and the alligator was a lighter color. And they're both beautiful. The lizard was under $2,000. I don't remember the exact price, but the alligator one was about double. And so we're looking at them and he asked about pros and cons. And one of the things that the gentleman said is they're both going to wear, but that's what they're designed to do. You don't want to keep it in a box and never use it. You want to use it. But the lizard will lift over time. That's what gives it its nice look. And that's what people like about it, to show that you actually use it. It's not going to be pristine forever. And that to me is a little bit worrisome because how often we use things. I was afraid that it would lift right away. But it wasn't a black. It was the same, actually, same as the Kelly To Go, as you can see in the picture. And the crocodile tends to get more supple, or not crocodile, alligator would, he said the patina would change. It would get a little bit more supple over time. And so that is the one that we wound up going with. And it is here today. Now, in my first video, when I bought my Twilly, as you can see in little twill bear right there, I mentioned that I thought that the price that you paid at Hermès had a direct correlation or relationship with the size of the box that you got, because the scarf and the scarf ring that I bought had very, very small items. And that has debunked, this has debunked that myth, because this was way more expensive and the volume of this box is also quite small. So here we go. Drawn to Craft, it has the 2025 ribbon on it. It's the design of culture of couture. I'm gonna take off the side. It's in a nice orange Hermès box. We have not opened it since we got home. So as you can see, the box right here, beautiful. And I'm using gloves because I have oils on my hands and I also wear makeup, and so I just don't want to mar it immediately. Inside the box, he included the certificate. It has the number. What else is in here? Let's see. I'm gonna have to take my glove off for this. Comes from Hermès of Paris to New York, and it mentions the item and that it is alligator American. And the alligator type is, to me, it looks like Mississippi penis, which is not how you say it. It's Mississippianus. But that's the alligator type. It has the document of when it was imported as well as the date. So this is nice to show kind of the origin of the item. I love that. Okay, put this off to the side. Keep this special. I keep all of my receipts that are for luxury items actually in our safe for protection and insurance purposes, honestly. Okay, opening the box. The paper. And here she is. No pouch to put it in. It's just right here in the tissue, which is fine. It's not cream. It's I don't know what the color is exactly, but they call it Biton, and it is a matte alligator. It's a Calvi card holder with palladium hardware, and there is leather on the inside. It's lined on the inside. I have it upside down. There we go. So inside it says Hermès, and it says made in France, and then there's actually, it says Hermès Paris, made in France, and then there's actually a square. And on the lizard that we were looking at, there was an equal sign. And I asked the sales associate, so what does the equal sign mean? And what is this, you know, and he said, I actually don't know. It's the type of exotic that it is. So if you go online, I think Reddit actually has a thread where it will tell you what the different symbols mean. And this square is specific to this material here. So it says that it has 2 card slots here and here. And the card holder is 2.76 inches high, or 7 centimeters. By 4.13 inches in length, or 10.5 centimeters. And then it's about 0.79 inches wide, or 2 centimeters. Has a snap closure, like I said, with palladium hardware. And it is lined in leather. And one of the things that my husband asked me is which one do you like? Which one would you use? And I would feel more comfortable using something like this because I was afraid of damaging the other material, the lizard. And so I feel like between the two, even though this has palladium snap, I feel like they're complementary. And when I am carrying, right now, this is what I'm carrying, and this is a little bit smaller, but it has a little bit of the same thickness. I feel like it works. And this goes in quite nicely. Fits in my bag. Great. It's going to be excellent. So I think because this is not something that he will carry to work every day, it's something that I can use during the week maybe. Fits here in my bag with my other stuff. I have keys in here right now. I have a pen. I have my AirPods. I have lipstick. I have lotion. I have some medicine in there. Maybe I'll just tuck it in here and then nobody will know where it is. But what do y'all think? Do you think that it's complimentary? Is this something that, you know, it's his first Hermès item, but he's kind enough to let me use items when he's not using them. But I do think that the color is beautiful. What? Who's my sponsor?
Like these nuts. You can borrow my items.
I borrow your items, is that what you said? I borrow that all the time. I sure do. I just think it's really, really beautiful. I'm looking forward to it getting a little bit more wear. I'm sure in the corners, maybe that's where you might see some things for putting them in bags and such, kind of maybe right this where that closes. But I feel like it can hold more than a card or two. You could put some cash in there. You could put some other items in there. I wouldn't want it to be too full. But like I said, there's not, the bag that my husband likes is like $12,000. And I'm not going to buy that. So this would be his item that he could use that he has from the company. And really, really excited about it. Looking forward to carrying it. What questions do you have? What are your thoughts? It is the Calvi card holder from Hermès. And this video is sponsored by me because it was a gift for him. Happy Father's Day.